It's Friday. We made it to the end of another week. Welcome to another live edition of the Highbury Squad. Now, you know they say Fridays are casual, but there's nothing casual when this fella's around. It is, Kev Says, live, and you guys own this show. So let's go. I hope you've come prepared. Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad. Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. What a great week it has been. If you can hear the noise in the background, Super Kevin Campbell, by the way, welcome back to the show. There is an air show going on, Kev, but I'm remiss.
I thought it was Vinny on a skateboard, what I heard.
I wish.
At ease, sorry, at ease.
Thank you, Kev. I never put it down until you say. There's an air show going on this weekend in Huntington Beach. They're expecting 2.3 million people to go through there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if you guys think I've, passed wind, farted, whatever they call it these days, it is not me. Literally, we have these jets flying over the house. They do their round and they come across our neighborhood. We have a school nearby and the kids are going crazy, Kev. Like they're so excited by it all. So just giving you a heads up in case you can hear the fighter jets.
Vinny.
Good evening to everyone in chat. Welcome. This is our favorite show of the week. We love Fridays. It's Super Kev. You get him all to yourselves. This is your show. Welcome, everybody. Matty K's coming in November. Oh, gosh. Does that mean... okay, Matty K, I love that. We got a Cypriot in the house as well. There goes the Cyprus flag. Super Kev. All the usual suspects are in the house, and they can hear us loud and clear in Nairobi, and we love that,
Fantastic.
don't we, Kev?
Fantastic. Kenya, absolutely brilliant.
Kev, before I play the videos, can we just get a couple of housekeeping issues out of the way? Oh, Serbia.
Oh, that's a nice one. Hey, nice one.
Nice. Very nice. Let us know where in the world you are. Happy Friday to everybody. It's not fancy, but it is nice, I have to say. I do love it. Mark went to Huntington Beach in 1982, Super Kev.
Wow.
Love it. That's a long time ago, 82. What were you doing in 1982, Kev?
I was 12 years old. I was at secondary school, obviously. Probably at this time on a Friday, probably either training or preparing for a game on a Saturday. So,
love it. I was 11 years old, Kev. 11 years
young
old.
Soph, eh?
Young Soph.
Baby Soph.
Yeah. We should get our baby pictures up one day. I love it.
I've got some corkers, I tell you.
You got some crackers
I've
there.
got some corkers, man.
LS, I'm a London Greek.
You've seen a couple. You've seen me at, 12 with the throw and everything.
I mean, I've always got that one on deck so I can go to it. It's the greatest ever.
Yep.
Kev, look at that.
Yep. Young Kev. That is young
Do you
Kev.
know, that shirt you're wearing reminds me of, do you remember the Peru's?
Yeah,
It's
Peru.
Crystal
Palace.
Crystal Palace or
Old
Peru.
school Crystal Palace, yep. So.
Yeah. And this one scares everyone. This should be, maybe we'll get Matthew to do another Bruk the Neck with those eyes. Look at that. Look at that JVC, the old badge. Look at those thighs.
Do you know what? Get off me! Get off!
Kevin's
my ball!
your eye.
It's my ball! Get off!
I love it. So amazing. Bosnia, hello. Casey is your idol. That's awesome, Kev.
Lovely.
So lovely.
That's nice.
And also, we got Jamaica in the house. We
Yard
know you
it.
love a little.
Yard it, yeah. Hey, by the way, did anybody see the interview with Ramsdale and Frimpong for Arsenal?
It's hilarious.
How good is that? And do you know
so
what?
good.
Having Diggs in Sheffield, obviously, and he's with a Jamaican guy who's cooking him all the food, and he's naming all the food, Aki, and oxtail and curry mutton, and he said he would have that food over every. That is absolutely brilliant.
It's so
and you know
gold,
what?
isn't it?
One day I'll tell you the story about Nottingham Forest when I was at Forest South.
Okay.
And what we done with food.
I love it.
Changed it up, and then we just went like that.
Your stories are the best, absolute best. We got Lucy's mum in the house. Yes. Welcome, Mrs. Hogg. Absolutely love it. And Soph wants to tell us that she wasn't even born. Thanks, Soph. We needed to hear that today. We got Toronto. We got Atlanta. We've got a Greek Cypriot living in San Diego. We will have to meet up for a glass of Zivania. We got Romania. We got Belgrade, East London, Portugal, Kev.
Any South London going on? South London? Anything?
South
Come
London
on,
finest.
let's hear it.
We got Iceland. We got Uganda.
Wow.
Yes. And amazing. Absolutely awesome. Okay, so this is a flag I'm being silly. Where are you, Azat? I should know that. Kazakhstan in the house. Nice Somalia. One. From Somalia to Dubai, Ottawa.
South Africa, we just saw as well.
Yep, and Southampton, West London. Amazing, Kev.
Nice one.
Kazakhstan, thank you. Yes.
West London, East London, North London,
Nigeria,
and South.
Sweden. We got Chile in the house, Kev.
Wow.
This is amazing.
Brilliant.
Thank you all for joining us. Absolutely epic. Right. We got a couple of housekeeping issues we need to get out, and then it's all over to you. I'm just going to play the videos, and it's your show, you guys. But I was trying to find the picture. There's a huge thanks that needs to go out today. And you know that we love our friends over at Football Prizes, and this is up for grabs. The auction is next week. It's Bukayo Saka, future Arsenal legend, current superstar. We love him. We just want to wrap him up in cotton wool and keep him safe. But as you know, Jags, who lost his mum earlier this year too, he loves the Football Prizes auctions, Kev. And ever since he came on the show, he was on a winning streak. And then he didn't win for a while, because the Taibs and the Matty Ks and the
Put the
Noons
mockers
of the
on
world,
him. Put
they
the
put the
mockers
mockers on him. Matthew, all of them, right? And already Matty K saying congratulations to Jags. Okay, you want to hear this? Jags winning streak is back. He won the Aubameyang signed framed shirt. And he sent me a note and he said that the next time he wins an auction, he wants to gift it to the Highbury squad. And since the OGs and the Highbury squaddies, Kev, have been, giving him crap in a cute way, in a very camaraderie way, he hasn't won anything. And he sent me a note. I got a note, actually, from Football Prizes, and they said, Jags won. And he's instructed us to send the frame shirt to the Highbury squad.
Fantastic.
To thank you guys for everything that you do on the show for everyone.
That's. Do you know what? That is so special, so humbling that he would think of us like that. Obviously, he's restarted his winning streak and dedicated something to the Highbury squad, which is all of us. Everyone around the world deserves a little piece of it. So do you know what I think we could do?
Tell me, Kev.
This is all new. We could make it an NFT, non-fungible token, and give everyone a piece.
Everyone gets a piece. All the squaddies,
we hold the
everyone.
original, we turn it into digital, and everyone gets a little piece of it.
Yes. And I love that, Kev. I think that's a brilliant idea because it belongs to all of us.
That's right.
We have built a community and it is very special. You and I adore the squaddies, the 3,000 new subscribers that we've garnered over the last 4 or 5 months. And Jags, we just wanted to say thank you so much for your generosity, your kindness. You're a wonderful human being and we really super appreciate what you've done. And it will be a part of all of us here on the Highbury squad. So we're going to make that happen.
Can I add something to that? So
you can add whatever you want. You're Super Kev.
Well, I just wanted to add something. He's a lucky bugger as well. Let's get it right. Listen, let's get it right. Listen, I'm with the squaddies. He wins it all the time. He's a lucky bugger, son of a gun. But thank you so much, Jags. I'll tell you what. I couldn't hold back anymore. Tayyib and Newman and Matty, they're going mad. They're thinking this guy wins all the time. I think that as well. Good on ya.
Oh, it's so brilliant, Kim.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God, you got me sweating in tears. That's so funny. Oh, gosh, it's true. He is the black box recorder. I've said this before.
Man. Yeah.
He's amazing. Amazing. So thank you so much. I know. It's so good. So good. It doesn't matter. Look, Kev could Bruk everything. The volume,
listen,
everything.
on that, I had to go for it because you know what? He wins all the time. God, don't give someone else a chance. But you know what? Fair play. He dedicated something to us. But he is a jammy so-and-so, Jags, isn't he?
He is.
Let's be
totally.
honest.
I love it. It's so brilliant. And, the other thing I wanted to mention, Kev, we've been sent a lot of messages. We've had a lot on YouTube, but also privately on our email and DMs with so many people reaching out, thanking us for the show that we did with Dave Seeger.
Yeah.
And, we had Demsek and Taib and some of our regular listeners share what's going on in their lives because of the show with Dave Seeger. And I just wanted to say this week has probably been the most nourishing of all the weeks that we've been doing this show, because I know that through your work, you do a lot of phenomenal stuff for people. And sometimes we don't even talk about it. And the book and the notes that we've been getting, and we've been getting notes from parents who have lost their kids as well, and how comforting that show was to them and how important it was for them to hear it. And I just wanted to share and say thank you to everybody because you guys rock. I mean, I love that everyone was open to sharing some things that are personal, but they feel like our platform and what we do here is a safe haven for them to be able to talk like that, Kev. Mm-hmm. And I know it means a lot to you too.
Yeah, to feel comfortable enough to share, to open their hearts and share stuff that really, I mean, like you said, I do quite a bit, but I don't never talk about it because it's personal to people, and it's not my place to discuss certain things with anybody really, because I think that's, sometimes it's a one-on-one with people or the family. But that show was really touching. It was really beautiful show, and for people to open up to us and to Dave and to understand why we do it. I think that's important, Sophie, to understand why we do it. We don't want to be like any other show or any other channel. We deal with stuff. We're quick to jump on stuff, but we also want to be trailblazers. And just got to thank the squaddies and you, Sophie, for bringing that to the table. And the way the squaddies was excellent.
Excellent stuff. Well, Soph, we feel like this is another family, and we love that you feel that way too. And, from all of our regular listeners like Virginia, yes, we were all moved, and Dave is a top guy, and we will be giving away a copy of the book as well. So I think we're ready to talk some football, as they would say on Monday night here. Are you ready for some football? We are. Super Kev has prepared some amazing questions for you. I hand it over. It's all about you guys right now. And let's get to it, shall we? Listen, put your shades on.
Hold on.
Put your shades on, because the Kev is beyond dapper in these videos. Let's go, squaddies. It's Kevin Says. It's live. It's your show. Here is question number 1. By the way, Kev, I'm also wearing my Vanilla Ice baby shirt today.
Squaddies, Kev Says, I'm not sure if I'm going to be joining you, so if I'm there, great. If I'm not, don't let me have to come back and bruck you up. All right? Big respect, Squaddies. Here we go. Kev Says, question number 1. Do the Arsenal have to buy in a midfielder in January? Xhaka's injured. Does the Arsenal have to buy a midfielder in January? Question number 1.
This is a very good question, Kev. I love them today because you had me thinking about a lot of things. And as per usual, I'll give my 2 cents and then I'm going to hand it over to the crew. It's so funny, isn't it? Because we talked about it a little bit on the show last night. Xhaka, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. No one wanted him to be picked against Tottenham. He gets picked. He does well. Clearly, Thomas Partey makes him look better, right? And now he's injured. There's a huge part of the fan base that like, oh my God, Xhaka's injured. What are we going to do?
Yeah, you're right.
It's so amazing. So I'm just going to get right into it with the squaddies, okay? Eddie says at least the loan. Now, financially, this might be the best way to go, Kev. As a quick fix, I mean, you don't think loan? You think it has to be a buy?
Well, if you could get somebody, if you could buy somebody, go and get them. Go and get them. We know, listen, there's a little someone who plays in the midfield for the team we're playing tomorrow. Who, I'll tell you, I wouldn't mind getting him in January. I could tell you that much.
Do you think that they would part with him in January, Kev? I mean, if the price is right, why wouldn't they, right?
Sophie, at the end of the day, it's a transfer window, and they're not going to keep him forever. Mm-hmm. That's for sure. They might say, no, we want him to the end of the season, and if you're Arsenal, you say, no, we want him now. What's he going to cost? They could always go out and buy somebody, and they will be doing the work in the background to replace him. So if I could tell you that much, maybe they didn't want to sell him and Ben White at the same time. And, they kept Basuma, so. Okay.
All right. Archie says 100% yes. Our Dynasty. Ooh, I used to love that show. Blake Carrington, Alexis.
Crystal.
Oh, then when Diane Carroll came into it and Billy D. Williams. Yeah. They bought the swag, didn't they, Kev?
Some home cooking come in.
Oh, yeah. Ayushman says yes, yes, yes. Now, remember, you got to tell Kev, you got to give him your caveat.
Yeah, little explanation.
Little explanation. Matty K says yes, we have to try. Dubba Ducky says yes, need midfielder ASAP. Taib, hello Taib. Again, thanks for sharing your story with us. Yes, but who? The signing must be good. Well, Kev's saying Basuma. If we can make that happen, that would be amazing. Yeah. Nick says yes because Partey will be... Yes. Okay, Kev. This is a hugely important point.
Well, listen, who's that? Nick. Nick's gone in on me. The squad has gone in on me because that was going to be part of my answer. The African Cup of Nations. So well done, Nick.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say too much until obviously I'm answering at the end. But Africa Cup of Nations, you have to take into consideration.
And we're going to lose a few players to that.
And don't forget, if El Neni's fit, he's gone as well.
He'll be gone. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See? So I'm giving it away, Soph. I'm giving it away.
Don't give away the farm. Let me put these up for you. Charm says a loan signing would be better so Arsenal can potentially buy Basuma in the summer. But if we can get him in January, why not? Gunner for Life also says yes because of Partey's injury problems too. Hopefully, gosh, it would be just so wonderful if his injuries were over with, Kev, but we don't know. Eric says yes because Xhaka's injured. Don't forget Partey and El Neni. Everyone. Okay, so here we go with the African Cup of Nations. We should have signed Basuma in the summer. No, Patrick.
Soph?
Yes.
I think there's a colour has to come out with that.
With this one, for Patrick.
Without a shot. Patrick Coulson. Yeah, even I have to admit, that's a card. That's dissent. That is dissent. What's going on here?
Sorry, Patrick. I think Patrick might be a new listener and he's got his
yellow already.
Right off the bat. He's going in the book. And I didn't give it. Super Kev gave it. And I've dropped it.
It's Kev says, and you know what? I'm
Kev's
judge on this one. That is a yellow card. Come on, Patrick.
Patrick's neck just got, you know what?
Rock up.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Patrick. We hope you're okay. But this just happened. And it's all in good spirits. And you know what? Mr. Waffles is in the house tonight. So he can explain.
Yeah, Mr. Waffles will explain it all to you.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. Patrick getting it now. Sorry. Virginia thinks it should be a red, Kev.
Virginia, I like your thinking, but he's new. So we want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Any more of that, Patrick, and you could get a second.
Winston says Basuma wants Champions League. Well, maybe we'll get Champions League this year. Who knows?
Hold on, Winston. Basuma wants Arsenal. Don't worry about Champions League. Basuma wants Arsenal. I'm telling you now. The key is, can we get him?
Gunner23 says January transfer is not possible, but really is not impossible, but really hard. Just don't want us to get someone who isn't our first choice. And also, Kev, we don't want anyone to pull our pants down on the transfer fee in January.
Well, the key is, and it makes Gunner23 makes a good point. Getting your pants pulled down, I don't think so. It depends if he's the right fit for us. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you might have to pay a little bit more so to get him out, but the key is getting them. That's the key.
Kev, what do you think about Chris saying if we can get a number one option, then yes? So I think this is a good point because when Xhaka is a number one option for Arteta. So when you raise the question, are you thinking of someone that is going to be a partner to Partey or is going to be a backup because you want Sambi to have the opportunity?
Sophie, okay, so you're asking me a question and I'm going to have to start going into a little bit of my answer, which is fine. Xhaka's going to be out for 3 months. Who knows what he's going to be like when he gets back? 3 months. Thomas Partey, El Neni, they are going to be gone to the Africa Cup of Nations. Okay?
Yep.
That leaves Sambi and Maitland-Niles. It's not enough. It is not enough. So that's why I asked the question. Because we know our first choice is Xhaka, who has been first choice. He's first choice in Mikel Arteta's eyes. He's out for 3 months. Thomas Partey is going to Africa Cup of Nations. And even the backup of the backup, El Neni is going. So we're very light in that area. Extremely light.
So when we do buy someone, we
hold on a minute.
Do you want me? Do you need me to?
Martin, what's that? I don't care even if it's a joke. This ain't a joke, Martin.
Oh boy, this is going to be a busy night for the ref.
It's going to be a busy night. This is yellow. Come on.
Sorry, Martin.
Come on. I think he wanted a yellow.
Martin.
That's why he's got the wink. That's why he's got the wink sign. He wants a yellow, and you got it.
Martin's in the book. Everyone wants Patrick in the sin bin, and Martin, sorry, mate.
Yep.
That's for you. I mean,
it's a tough question. It really is.
Oh, I like this. We could never get him now.
Why not?
We should have.
But it'll be big money.
Kev, he's already playing Champions. The dude, he is so. How is he not in the England squad?
Because he's young. That's
He's
the only
so
thing
much better
yeah.
than Sancho. I'm sorry.
No, but they don't play
class.
same. But they don't play same position.
They don't. You're right.
And that's why you could take a chance more on Sancho because Gareth Southgate's got experience in that midfield now. So Jude Bellingham's time will come, so that's for sure. It will come. He's a brilliant young footballer. He's a brilliant young footballer. But here's the thing, Sophie. Here's the thing. This young man was at Birmingham.
Everyone whiffed on him.
Just up the M6. Playing in there since he was a baby. And nobody took the chance. And he had to go to Dortmund. So if we have to pay the money, if we want somebody who could be in there for years to come, he's one of them. But you got to pay the money.
And right now, he's playing in Champions League. He's a star, really, for that team. He made it to the Euro squad. You could see how great he was, but I don't know. I don't know if we can sign a player like that. I'm going to put a couple of others up here for you. Calvin Phillips is another one that's coming up for you, Kev. Let's see. There was someone else.
70,
someone mentioned
80,
Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz from Napoli.
I mean, look, we could do with really beefing up our midfield, so I'll be honest with you. We really could.
So what about Aziz is injured, I think. He got injured.
Yeah, he's on loan, but he's injured.
Yeah.
At the moment.
And Demsek raises a good point. Is it too soon for Patino? Would we be doing him a disservice?
100%. 100%.
And Kev, what do you think about Brady's Banana? Great screen name, by the way. Nuno is a very flexible player, but is that... Arteta likes to mix things up a little bit, Kev, but no,
Sophie?
Right? Yeah. You're going to give me a card now?
No, I'm just saying no. I know people are flexible, but we've got Maitland-Niles, who's the flexible one. We don't need to take any more chances. We need specialists.
Okay, here's a question for you. I don't think Man United would do this.
No.
Why?
No, I wouldn't take him. I wouldn't.
What about Bruno? A lot of people really love this player, Kev. They were hoping that we would buy him in the summer. You know, the Ruben Neves thing coming up too. You know, there's definitely options for us. And if we continue to be good and people can see that, hey, maybe they've got a chance, like if we win a domestic cup and get back into Europe, maybe that opens the door up a little bit. Mr. Bungle likes a little Ward-Prowse action. Wayne's like also for Bruno Guimaraes. Jonathan, the same. There's a trend building here. Darren wants to go on the rumour mill that we were close to securing Bellingham. Really? I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, we're as close as we were to Mbappe. That's how close we were.
Everyone whiffed on Bellingham. All right, we're half hour in. Great question. I'll keep putting up the comments, Kev. But the answer to your question is yes. I think the Renato Sanchez...
Injured. He's injured again.
Yeah.
Struggling.
Lokonga's definitely going to start Soph now. Is he, Kev? We're not...
Yeah. Well, you'd like to think he would be the natural choice to go beside Partey.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, Kev will give your responses. We'll keep putting the comments up. We're going to move to question number 2. If you're blinded by the light, it's because Kev looks so cool.
Question number 2 for Kev says, where does Nicola Pepe's future lie at the football club? No smoke. No, nothing. We're just talking as Gooners now. Where does Nicola Pepe's future lie? Because I believe he's only got, after this season, he's got 2 years left. And we're in that corridor, aren't we? This season is that corridor. Where does his future lie? Question number 2, Kev says.
This was a question that when I listened to the video when you sent it, Kev, I was like, this is a really good question, because we've kind of gone from, and I don't want us to be overreactionary, because we've gone from Pepe being, he's a polarizing figure. Some fans just don't see it. But if you look at his data, his analytics, he actually converts, creates chances. He scores goals when we need them. He puts himself in position. He's just not easy on the eye sometimes. And I think a little bit like other players who have suffered the same, the price tag that he's come with has also made us look at him from a different point of view and perspective. And I agree. It's a really good question. Soph, it's a great question. I mean, he's a pickle, Kev. Taib away from Arsenal, Dubba Ducky. He's nervous for his guy Pepe. And there's a lot of fans that have stood by him too, Kev.
Yeah. And again, this is us Gooners having a conversation and speaking about one of our own. Because you know what? At the end of the day, and this is going into part of my answer at the end. Nicola Pepe has 2 years left after this. We always say, why do we let players run their contracts down? Normally, if you let a player get into 2 years, so there's 18 months or whatever left of his contract, the player, it's difficult to get them out, so to speak, or you've got to really trade with 2 years to go. Now, we're not sure we've seen improvement in Nicola Pepe, but is it enough? And one of the other things is, if you get him out, who do you get in? That's the other conundrum. So, you know, we want consistency. We want to see this team start progressing. I truly believe Mikel Arteta didn't play Pepe against Spurs because he's not really a two-way player. We have seen him play both ways, but what he wanted, Mikel Arteta knew Saka would do it better than Pepe.
Okay, Newman says Pepe's future lies where it always did, in the middle of French League One. That's harsh, but let's see.
It's an opinion. Yeah, it's an opinion.
It's an opinion. Let me get to this. Karl Heinz. The only thing. Oh, that's Basuma. We're moving to Pepe. Let's see. Demsek. Pepe's future is either on the left or behind Saka. People don't now. When they see Saka playing on the right, Kev, there's a conundrum here for fans because he's so effective and he's so much better. And David says on the left. Virginia says he might be sold next summer. Terence says he'd stick Pepe on the Lagos Express. Bless.
Lagos Express and ship him. Oh my God.
Ups his game and played on the left. If not, we have to cash in. Valcic wants him out of the club. Craig, sell him for 20. You're not getting 7. Here's the problem, Kev. We've got to. I think sometimes we don't realise that when you bench a player, he doesn't play, the team does well. You've got this asset. You paid 72 million for him. We're never going to get that money back.
No, we're not. We're definitely not. But as we've seen in the past, so we've spent a lot of money on players and got nothing for them. We've had to pay them to leave.
Done that way too much.
So again, the new regime are stopping doing that. But there is still some housekeeping to do with the squad.
You bring up such a good point, though, with the contract, because like right now you'd see Chelsea or a City or even a Liverpool renew the contract or 100%. Say, hey, signing for another 5 years or whatever for, you know. So you bring up a fantastic point. Sorry, Harvey, I didn't read yours out. We need a good squad, so I say keep him. Lone Star with us for now. He'll get plenty of games and needs to improve and find consistency. Don says he'll be sold either in the summer or next summer. Kev, do you think Arteta believes in Pepe? Do you think he's still confused by him?
The truth of the matter is, Soph, Mikel Arteta done a lot of work last season with Nicola Pepe. And we saw Pepe a lot more consistent in the second half of the season. He was making a difference in games. But here's the key, Soph. When the manager works with you and then you make that jump, he's not expecting you to take steps backwards. He's expecting you to take steps forward this season. And it doesn't look like he is taking steps forward. It looks like he is in and around where he was previously or regressing a little bit. Whereas the manager feels it's better to drop him and play Smith Rowe and Saka against Spurs in our biggest game of the season. That to me says everything. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah. I think his shining moment was that curler, right? The left foot. That was the FA Cup goal, I think. He's had some moments.
He's had great moments, Soph. But that's the past. We're talking about now. You know, Aubameyang's had great moments in the past. Nobody gave Aubameyang a pass.
Yeah, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah, exactly. That's football for you.
Yeah. Rich thinks he's a lemon, sell him on. K. Marlon says away from the club. Josh thinks he's so polarizing, Kev. It's so mixed. Thinks he should get a chance. Martin says he doesn't create many chances except for a lofted back post cross. Johnny says he's a baller. Guresh says that he'd love to have 10% of his skill. Dennis says he makes him sleepy. Christoph, he needs to be more competitive or sold. There's no one paying 40 million for Pepe, kids. But I do think we could still utilize him. Warren wants him on the right side. Patrick says he's a top goal scorer, should be starting. And again, Kev, when we talk about being too reliant on the younger players, even though Pepe's young, he's older than a lot of the younger players.
He's more experienced than them at the end of the day. But the key is, Soph, it's about production. You know, what
like
are you
Mark
creating?
Says,
what are you
step
doing?
up.
Yeah.
All right, we'll put more of these up on the screen. Keep them coming. Whatevs. He should stay at the club because he gives us different options and depth to the squad. Nick, this is his last season to prove himself. I think Nick's right. I think this is a make or break season for Pepe. It's time, like Kev said, at some point you've got to step up and be bigger. And the expectations are high, Kev. All right.
So you're at the Arsenal. Expectations are always going to be high.
Yes. He'll be sold to a different team. Depends how he performs. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Good to see you in the chat. I hope you're
nice
well.
Nice one, Dan.
Nice
the
one.
Politicians in the house.
Riyadh says...
By the way, that's Daniel, the blind gooner.
Yes,
top
the
guy,
blind gooner.
top guy.
Yeah,
top
absolutely. Guy. Is he... he showed hunger towards the end of last season, you guys. Not sure we've seen it so far this season. Okay, I'll keep putting up a swap deal for Renato Sanchez.
Injured, Gary. Injured.
Yeah, he's too injured all the time.
Mo
says sell. He is Arsenal of the past decade. Super talent, but not consistent. Hello, Magic Mike. How's it going? We got 40 million for Iwobi. Can you place a call to Everton and see if they want Pepe?
Hey, that's got nothing to do with me. What people get priced at, my friend. And you know, Everton wanted to sneak Maitland-Niles away, didn't they? You know, on loan first. So
totally.
Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows?
All right. 30 million, says Nicholas. Pepe's just a goal scorer. He needs chances. You know, maybe playing more consistently with Odegaard will help this season. It'll be a little bit different, Super Kev, but we'll see. All right, we'll get to the third.
By the way, Mini Boss, Pepe's the one who's supposed to be creating chances for Aubameyang. He's a wide player.
Yes.
So come on now.
I agree with Josh.
How many in chat, please, Soph?
400, Kev.
Hey, guys, come on. I want 225 likes minimum. Forget the 50% anymore. I want more than that. Come on. Look at the content we're giving you. Eat it, Vinny. Eat it, nut it, kiss it, lick it, caress it. Eat it, Vin. Eat it.
2 cards brandished. Vinny's out already. 400 in live chat. It doesn't get much better than this on a Friday. Right. Let's get to question number 3. Here we go.
Question number 3 on Kev Says, and it's the bonus. Question is, have the Arsenal turned the corner? That's the question. 6 games played, 3 games lost. Like we know, we were terrible. Now we've won 3 on the spin. Oops, what's going on there? Now we've won 3 on the spin. Obviously Brighton coming up. Have Arsenal turned the corner yet? Yes or no? What's your thoughts? Anyway, let's recap. Question 1 was, do Arsenal go and buy a midfielder in January? That is really important. Question number 2 was, where does Nicola Pepe's future lie? Got to put in a caveat into that. After this season, he's got only 2 years left, and then we're in that corridor now, aren't we? That's question 2. Question number 3, have the Arsenal turned the corner in the league? So we're par. 3 losses, 3 wins. Have we turned the corner yet? Let me know your thoughts. We'll engage if I'm there. If not, hostess with the mostest, Sophie, will sort it out. And I'm going to be checking. If I'm not there, I'm going to be checking how many times she has to put the Kev Bruckner neck up. Squaddies, listen, love you lots. We'll engage. And I'm sure somebody's getting Bruck up somewhere. Big shout out to Mr. Waffles. He's come back stronger than before. Absolutely brilliant. And I want to know if Newman's yellow card is getting rescinded. Because he was chucking the SHIT about plenty. Anyway, look after yourself, everybody. Take good care. And squaddies, I salute you. And you know what comes next. At ease.
I love it because you weren't sure if you were going to be here because Tyrese had a game, and
Yeah,
I
they
love
stopped playing.
it. Yeah, I love it, Kev. It's just brilliant stuff. I also just wanted to put this up, Eric. We don't do super chats here, mate. Ask whatever you want, and we'll put your question
no
up.
super chats there, Eric.
That is how we roll here.
Send your question,
Squad.
Eric.
Come on,
And
Eric,
if it ain't
get your
good, you get a
question in.
yellow.
And if it ain't good, you'll get your neck broken too. But it's okay. It's all good banter. All right, let's see what the squaddies say. And no, Kev, his card isn't being rescinded.
I know that now, yeah. I know that, yeah.
It stands. And Mr. Waffles, you've made him chuckle as well. Absolutely love it. Right. I agree with Future Shock. I think we have to go on a bit of a run before we say we've turned the corner. Future Shock, you can't judge it on such a small amount of games. It's just impossible. Tammy says if we can keep the players fit and buy a midfielder in January. Go on, Kev. Should I go back to Future Shock?
No, you keep going. Keep going. I'm going to get you guys at the end. I got you.
Alison says it's too early to say. Check back in December and let's see where we are in the league table. Raid says it's too early. What we can see from the team is there's a desire to improve. They need our support whatever happens this season. Next season will be top 4 100%. EN, not yet, but a win at Brighton will go a long way in helping us achieve something. Too early also, says Ayushman. Gary says Arsenal are peeking around the corner, and yes, buy another midfielder. Bye Pepe. Answering all your questions in one.
Nice one, Gary. Nice one.
Nicholas says it's looking good after the North London derby. That's for sure. Martin says we haven't turned the corner because our form this calendar year has been top 4. We've won 8 of our last 11. Oh, bringing in the end of last season.
Yeah, bringing
Kev.
it in. Yeah.
Combs says if we buy no midfielder, we're royally screwed. Peter says if we had the same as the Jet, if we had the same 11 this time, it could be down to luck. But with the new signings, we're turning it. All right. Arnie says he did say that before the Tottenham game, our season starts now and we will win tomorrow. Dennis says that we've turned the corner. We've created a Dortmund-style squad that we can accentuate with more experienced players when needed. Gunner for Life says it's all about tomorrow, Kev. Ethan says the simple answer is not yet. Results, performances, consistency in that order. We're just getting into the performance part now. Tayrub can see the light. Paul says it's too soon. Winston says he'll tell you after Brighton. Future Shock added, ask that question in March. Newman says if they beat Brighton convincingly, they've turned a corner. Keith says early days. So there's a bit of a mixed bag there, Kev. Who's the spammer? I don't see a spammer. I know that's a great word, isn't it? Accentuate. I love that word too. Am I missing a spammer? Let me know. Claire says, hi Claire, I also need to see that we can keep most of the squad fit for a run of games. Craig says, not yet for him. If we beat Brighton, Palace, Villa, maybe. Consistency is key. One game at a time. Andy says corners will... This one got everyone involved, Kev. Corners will only be turned if we reach our targets at the end of the season. Right, I'm going to keep putting these up. Michael, is this it? Michael, stop spamming. Is that you? I'll put you in a timeout. You're getting a warning. Otherwise, you will get a card. And then, if you keep doing it, you get a red card. And then you get blocked.
Why is he?
That's
why
not how we roll here.
Why? What's up?
I think he keeps putting the same comment in the chat over and over again.
Okay.
We got the squaddy police, Kev. They're taking care of business.
But he's making a point here, Soph. Win every game up to Liverpool on the 20th of November, and yes, we have turned a corner. That's answering the question.
All right, but he's put it in 25 times.
Yeah, so give him a yellow card for that.
Right.
Give him a yellow for that.
Michael?
So he doesn't do it again. But I understand the question, and fair enough, but don't do it again now, or else you get a red. Come on now. None of that. Once is enough.
Third booking tonight, Kev. Right. Some great comments. I'm going to keep putting them up, Super Kev. And now I think we turn to your answers.
Yes. Do we buy a midfielder in January? If we can get a Basuma or a top target, 100%, because the quicker he's in the club, the better. Okay? That for me makes so much more sense than trying to get a player who we get to loan. Like somebody mentioned, he gets the opportunity to play, and that don't mean we can sign him at the end of the season. That just leaves another hole for us. But if we can get a Basuma or somebody of that ilk, because obviously they need more quality players as part of the squad. We like Lokonga. We think Lokonga's going to play. But Africa Cup of Nations is going to play a big part in what we do. So I think we're going to need one or two. So I think we might need one or two players in there if we're going to lose Partey and El Neni. Because we don't have enough bodies. Xhaka might not be quite right. We just don't know. So I think we have to box clever on that one. Very important for us.
Who would be... Other than Basuma, do you have someone else in mind, or?
Well, here's the thing, Soph. You could take your pick. You could say Neves. Neves knows the Premier League. You could say a raft of players. The key is, who can we get in? Mm-hmm. That's always the problem. Always the problem. Who can we get in January? If we could get somebody who can be a good fit to take us forward when Partey isn't there to help, then we've done something really well. We've made a good signing. But just getting somebody on loan and they know they're not going to be here, I don't want to go down that route again. If we're going to be serious, get somebody in who's serious. Get somebody else in who's quality.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
I think Basuma would be the summer option. And I don't know.
Archangel, why is he no good for Jan? Why? Why is he no good for Jan?
He's not at the African Cup of Nations, is he? Basuma?
Yeah, he might be. He might be. But, I mean, who does he play for? Which country does he play for?
Is it Mali?
It's
Is it
an
Mali?
unfancied, I think it's an unfancied team, isn't it?
They'll correct me or us. Yeah. Is he Ivorian? I thought he was from...
Yeah, but here's the
Mali?
thing, Soph. That's why I say we probably need two players.
Mali. Yeah, I thought so, Mali.
We probably need two players, Soph. We probably need two players. Because, don't forget, we're going to lose El Neni at the end of the season. El Neni could sign a pre-contract for a team in Jan. So, really, he's on his way out. So that's another one we need to replace. So it's a fine line. We're treading a fine line with these players, and we need to upgrade, Sophie. We really need to upgrade in that area.
So you're not recalling anyone from a loan?
No.
There's no chance. Yeah.
No. Aziz needs to be playing games. That's what he needs to do. He needs to be playing games. And he's injured at the moment, so he's not playing.
I can see us doing a deal like this because that would be cheap now. A Sander Berge.
Yeah.
Kev?
Well, again, do you know what? I don't mind signing a player like that because you know what? We've seen players get signed and the fan base go, oh, he's no good. And look what we're seeing now. We're seeing the attitudes right. People put the right work in. The aggression's right. So I'll take him. Sanderberg, I'll take him. I don't mind. But we need upgrade on El Neni.
Yeah.
We need an upgrade in that midfield, for sure.
All right. Question number 2, Kev.
Right, about Pepe. Where does Pepe's future lie? I think Pepe's future for now, obviously for this season, is the big telling. This season is make or break for Nicola Pepe, in my opinion, because we've heard the club come out and say we don't want players to run their contracts down past 2 years. He has over 2 years left. So to get it down to 2 years, we should know by January, February, what we're doing with Nicola Pepe. We should. Obviously, if he goes on a run and does really well, great. But if he doesn't, if he's still up and down, so we can get somebody more consistent. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have the talent. He does have the talent. But I don't think we could afford to be waiting another season for him to be more consistent. We can't afford it, I don't think. So, again, does he have the talent? Is he quality? 100% he is. But that consistency, we saw it at the back end of last season. We want him to be consistent, but at times he's not quite there. There's games where he switches off. So he's got the talent. We need him clinical. We need him productive. And we're not seeing enough of it. We're seeing Saka go out to the right, score one, set one up and score one against that lot down the road. We've seen Smith Rowe come in, score one and create one. That's what we need from Pepe.
Kev, what do you think about Yo-Yo's comment that he's not convinced that Saka and ESR will get more goal contributions than Pepe this season?
No, they might not. They might not. You're right, they might not. And if they don't, that means Pepe will probably get signed. Because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, it's about production. Are you scoring? Are you assisting? Because it's all very well having 100 stepovers. At the end of the day, we've got to be winning matches, and the player who plays in that offensive position has to be productive. That's the bottom line.
I wanted to put this comment up from Dejan. I'm not sure if he's going to get carded or a Bruk, but I figured that it might resonate with you because he's saying that he's been sabotaged by Arteta. The first half last year, Saka was good. We were terrible. Second half, Pepe was good. We were excellent. Pepe's the most dangerous man on our team.
So how is that being sabotaged by Arteta if Pepe was excellent second half of last season? Mm-hmm. How is that sabotaging Pepe? Makes no sense.
I mean, I think he's the type of player that needs to play often, Kev. And then when he was playing well, he got benched. And I think we even agreed at the time that why would you do that when he's had 2 or 3 consistent performances? But like Terence says, he's consistently inconsistent, which is why I've been really hard on him, but tried to embrace the things that he does in a team that was really poor. And is that why he looked good?
Sophie, here's the thing. If the manager asks you to do something and you don't do it, you as a fan might think he's doing good. Mm-hmm. The manager will say, you ain't doing what I want. That's why he gets dropped. Because if, like Dejan says, if he's our most dangerous player and looking the part, there's no way you're getting dropped. No way.
Yeah. All right. Number 3, Kev. Question number 3. Arteta did drop him, though. He did. I got 33 fivers. He did drop him. Sorry, Kev. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Of course he dropped him. He dropped him on Sunday as well. And look what happened. We played our most consistent game of the season, our best performance of the season, without our most expensive player. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. But one thing I do know is this. If these young boys are coming in and doing that, and you're not in the team, you better look at yourself in the mirror. Because you're definitely not doing enough. You're definitely not doing enough.
Yeah.
So, you see, I love Archangel says the style of play is not doing. Well, Aubameyang's done the business before. And the same players played against Spurs who all of a the system ain't good for them. They performed on Sunday. So what is it?
But they've got to. This is going to lead into your next question. You answering your next question.
Exactly. That's why I want to get on it. Because the key for everything we do is, have we turned the corner? And somebody put in before that we need a bigger sample size, basically, right? So, but you know what?
People did.
Yeah, but you know what, Sophie? Nobody gave them a chance when there were 3 games in and there was no points or no goals. I never hear anybody saying we need a bigger sample size then. They were crucifying the team and crucifying the manager. So, if you're going to crucify after 3 games, and now we're at 6, we're par, you can't have it both ways, fans. You can't. So all of a sudden, we couldn't score, we couldn't win, our performances were all over the place, and we got 0 points and 0 goals. Now, we've won 3 games on the spin. We've seen the new players come into the team with some of his new signings, and the team looks like it's gelling. And yeah, we do get a scrappy win against Norwich. We go up to a very difficult game and get bombarded at Burnley, and we win the game 1-0, Sophie, which is a tough place to go. And then the game which we say if he loses that one, he could be sacked. Do you remember? It's our best performance of the season. He drops our £72 million record signing, and we win the game convincingly. So, have we turned a corner? I wouldn't quite say we've turned a corner, but I tell you what, we are showing traits that this squad is improving. We are showing the right attitude crossing the white line. We are showing the right attention when we cross that white line. And we are showing the right aggression when we cross that white line. This is really important. Archangel, when we were being crucified after 3 games, nobody said Spurs were really shit. Everyone said when Spurs were top, Nuno's made a massive difference at Spurs. So I don't want to hear that. Do not tell me that nonsense. It's nonsense. Arsenal are showing the right traits. Arsenal are showing some cojones now. Nobody's got it easy against us now. So we haven't fully, we're not the end product, but the great thing is we're starting to see good traits about this team that we like, that we fight, that we're not a pushover, that teams don't just turn up and you put a ball in our box and it ends up in our net. No, 5 times. No. You've got to work to score. You really have to work to score. So let's give us, our boys, our club, and us, fans, a little bit of credit. And again, I'm not saying we are the finished article by any stretch. But let's realize what we're seeing here, guys. Nobody gave Tommy Arthur a chance. Nobody gave Ramsdale a chance. Ben White was crap and overpriced. Odegaard shouldn't have been bought. Etc., etc., etc. Now, remember, it's Arteta's team at Norwich. You know, it's his team now. There's no excuse. He's won 3 games on the spin. And I've always said it's the players. And it is. So we haven't quite fully turned the corner, but we're on our way slowly. But it's a massive game tomorrow.
Really well said, Kev. And I think Liz is echoing what you're saying and echoing a lot of other comments in chat. When you say turn a corner, you're not just talking about winning games. And someone said earlier, I can't remember if it was 33-5 or someone else said, it's not just about winning games. You could lose a game and see more tenacity, more fight, more aggression, more togetherness, better play, and say, you know what, we lost or we drew, but we can see X, Y, and Z. And I think the attitude is the numero uno. When you asked this question, I said to you, I think we've turned the corner when it comes to having players who want to wear the shirt, who love being at Arsenal, and are showing some grit and fight. Like the chest pumping with Tommy and Ramsdale. You know, Ramsdale protecting Tierney when he was on the floor. These are the things you're talking about.
100%.
As well.
100. Because here's the question, you see, Sophie. How many times have we seen the team stick up for itself, protect each other, fight, battle, embrace each other? For Tommy asked when the ball came off Ramsdale, he was first there and he hugged him and he patted him on the back. How many times have you seen Leno do that? How many times have you seen Chambers and Holding and all these guys do that?
No.
I haven't.
To be fair, the only time I saw Kolasinac do it mostly was when he protected Ozil from the horrible attack on the streets. You know,
which was brilliant to see.
Which was brilliant
to see. But we want to see that on the pitch.
Yes, and I say that with the utmost respect.
Of course.
You know, we never saw it from Mustafi, really. We didn't see it. Socrates had his shithousery here and there, but there wasn't that kind of don't mess with my buddies.
That togetherness. Yeah. That real togetherness. And look, and I know we've got a tough game tomorrow, and it's a big question mark against us. Again, Sophie, after winning the North London derby, the question mark's going to be out on us because how do we respond to a little bit of sweets? We got the performance right. We got the result right. How do we react? Can we put it aside and concentrate and focus on Brighton? They're above us in the league, But that's one of the teams we got to reel in. We want to be above you, and we got to take them down in their gaff. And the only way we do that is with the right attitude, is with aggression, and we got to show the traits that want to win. We've got to show them traits.
Absolutely. And you're right, Los Angeles. Alexis got shoved and no one went to help him. And then when he showed tenacity and fight in training, Bellerin said that he was a bit too much. And sometimes we forget to mention Bellerin when we talk about these players, Kev, that just didn't have it. They didn't have that edge, you know. And Josh is right. We've talked about it a lot on this show, Josh, is a new DNA, new culture, right? To build that togetherness. Balogun has just smashed it. I've been getting notes left, right and centre. It sounds like he's had an incredible day. And Kev, there was another comment here about the media, which I know that you're really passionate about right now, and from Brad, and I wanted to put it back up because I can see this coming too. They did it to us with Tottenham. Also, 500 of you in live chat. You gotta start making moves.
275. Hit it, kiss it, lick it, nut it, even nose it. Just touch it with your nose. Just like it.
Yep.
275 we want minimum, please. Come on now.
This is a really good point. If we get crucified, if we lose to Brighton, we'll get crucified. And if Arsenal win, then it's Brighton had an off day. And I've been hearing everyone raving about Brighton today. No matter what radio station you tune into, you know, they're talking about this Brighton
They're bigging
team.
them up.
Well,
They're bigging them up.
they really are.
Sophie, I love it. Remember, it's them against us. And it's not just them, meaning they're going to talk up every team now who plays us. Why? Because all of a sudden, we're not the pushovers or the walkovers that we were 3 games ago, Soph. We're not. So they're going to try and boost all the other teams against us. And then, if we win, they're going to try and diminish what we do. But that's fine. Bring on the next one. Bring on Brighton. We want to see what our team has inside. We want to see when our team cross that white line, home and away, are they prepared to fight, scrap, and be aggressive? So that's what I want to see. And you know what? Could we lose? Of course we could lose. Anybody could lose a game of football. But you know what? We want to see the traits of good traits that we've got some togetherness, some toughness, some aggression in there. That's what we want to see.
Yeah. Kev, before we get to just reiterating our predictions, I don't think it will be a negative result. And by the way, after that, Brighton seem to be one of those clubs that people like, a bit like Leicester. Their social media shithousery got everyone riled up. And I hope we make Mopé cry. That was just really classless, that move that they made. But let's just say that there is a negative result, but a good performance. The sky shouldn't fall again, should it? It shouldn't be like we go up here and then we go down there, especially if everyone's raving about Brighton, that Graham Potter's a good manager and he's got this team playing good football this season. They've got 13 points. They're in the top 6 right now. I mean, should we beat them? Yes. We should be beating a team like Brighton, but our levels aren't that too far apart since the start of the season. Maybe our levels will go up by the time the end of the season is here, and Brighton, you know, will be a little bit further down the table.
That's why we've got to reel them in now, Soph. Anybody who's above us and we're playing them, we've got to reel them in. And Mopé, whatever they're doing with Mopé, with the business, bulletin board material. Let the players see that.
Would you be passing that around in the dressing room or just...
Wouldn't need to. We'd be talking about it. Because you see these things. And as players, and this is all part of the pride. This is all part of the... You wait till we cross that white line.
All right.
That's the key, Soph.
I know. I mean...
Wait until we cross that white line. Mopé.
This is why, for me, you know, it's It's you've said that a lot, which is why, we shouldn't get too carried away with Arteta yet. We shouldn't get too carried away with things. Let's see how these players evolve and move forward. Beating your biggest rivals and humiliating them in the fashion and the manner that we did was just a beautiful thing to watch. But for me, it will just a little bit be diminished if we go to Brighton and we lose that game or don't beat them in that game. I think we have to win that game. I really do.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents.
But you know what we have to do, Soph? We have to show the willing and the aggression that we want to win. Mm-hmm. Not just go there and sit back and get by. We've got to take the game to them. We're the Arsenal. Roll them sleeves up and get at them, because you know what? Look at the player you're against and say, I'm better than you today. And if we're better than them across the board, we win the game. Because we do have better players.
Another brilliant episode of Kevin Says. 1 hour and then 10 minutes of added time for you this evening on this fine Friday. Let's hope our team can continue this streak. It's a good vibe. It's a good feeling. I'm kind of looking forward to the game. And you're right, Sophie is a wonderful human being. And I know you had a couple questions in there, but we'll get them to Kev next week. We're going to have more time during the international break as well. Is there someone in South London? Rich, you're in Turkey. I thought he was playing. Who's in
Sophie, I am more than happy to do a couple of questions if you got time.
Okay, I've got time. Sophie was asking about Pepe earlier when you were talking about Pepe. Okay. In your opinion, based on the player that he is, the price tag, what do you think his ratio should be, assists versus goal-wise, Kev? What should those... What are our expectations versus what the reality is? But what do you think?
Well, Pepe's output's got to be, with his ability, he's got to hit double figures in goals. And probably 7-8 assists. Minimum. If he could hit double figures on both, now that's production. That's production. But with his ability... and he likes to operate usually on the right-hand side, cutting in, he's got to be more of a goal threat than he is. Mm-hmm. Double figures all the way around. If he could hit double figures, you share it out. You share out production from Pepe. You share out production from Saka, Smith Rowe, Odegaard. If they're all providing assists, I could tell you who's got 20-odd goals. It's Aubameyang. It is Aubameyang. If they're all doing their jobs.
Yeah. What's your take? A few other people were asking with regards to him. We're totally in we're in Kev time now. That he would be better with Tomiyasu behind. Do you think that's the case, or do you still? It's still down to him, isn't it, Kev? I mean, he's played with Maitland-Niles. Bellerin doesn't count. Chambers okay. But with Tomiyasu, how much does that help Pepe, Kev, if he's going to be on that right side?
Sophie, I tell you what Tomiyasu is good at. Tomiyasu is good at taking care of that right defensive position. And he plays good balls into the wide man. And if there's space there, he would run into it. But he will keep feeding you with the ball if you are there. What you do with it as a wide player is the key then. So we've seen Saka do the business, assist and score, just getting fed on that right-hand side. That's what he done. Now the key, Pepe needs to be able to do that and really make a difference. Really make a difference. Really.
Kev, do you think that he will start tomorrow? And if he does, can you see Arteta moving away from Saka on the right now?
Well, not necessarily. It all depends, I think, Soph. I think it all depends what he goes with. If he goes with Partey midfield on his own, so a 4-1-4-1 type formation, which is really 4-5-1, but you just break up the areas, then you could put Pepe and Saka wide and you could switch them. Because one thing I do like is the opportunity to get Saka and Pepe running at their centre halves, going into the box. Because the big centre halves are not going to like the movement, the step overs, the body swerves, etc. Them being positive. They have to be positive. So I could see that might be a good opportunity if Pepe was to get that chance. But very rarely we've performed so well like we did on Sunday. And for many, me included, I think a straight swap, I think Lokonga's been very unfortunate not to be in that team against Spurs. He came on, I thought he'd done okay when he come on. So now is a great opportunity for Lokonga to say, do you know what? I'm in there with Thomas Partey. This is my team now. I want that opportunity to excel in this team. So,
Yeah.
and then maybe Pepe doesn't start.
Yeah. I think it was Mark that said, if it ain't brocked. You know? I mean, why not, right? If it's not brocked, don't
If it's
try
not
and
broke,
fix
don't
it.
try and fix it. True, but you know, sometimes you have to tweak to get the better of the opposition. Sometimes you have to tweak. And do you know what? Pepe playing on the right and running that burn could be a good thing for us. But it also could be good if Saka's on the right running that burn. So, again, this is something that is going to be up to the manager. And for the last few games, he's got it right. So, you know, we'll have to see how the team are tomorrow. But I expect them to have the right attitude, Sophie.
Yeah. I hopefully that attitude can be as consistent as the play and the results. That when it all comes together, that's the beauty of it, right? So, yeah, brilliant stuff. We've had Curtis on the show. He'll be back on the show sometime soon, for sure. We got a superb lineup for you next week. This has been a superb episode of Kevin Says. International break next week, but the Highbury squad does not take a break. We will be with you every single day. We're also launching a couple of new shows. We've been busy behind the scenes recording some fantastic stuff. You will see the premiere of Talented Gooners. You will also see the premiere of Drop the Magic Mic, which, Kev, I saw last night and I loved it. It was amazing. And you will also see the premiere of Get Off the Potsy. Super Kev will be back with Kevin Says. We'll also be doing our YouTube comment show. And we have a very special guest on Monday. The French squad will be back for an update on Saliba and Guendouzi. We'll get Chris Carpenter back on to do a little bit of that as well. Shall I tell him who the guest is on Monday, Kev?
Why not?
I'm so excited I can't even stand myself. Okay. On Monday, the Highbury squad, as their very special guest, will have one of the most ultimate Arsenal legends and gentlemen of the game. 1971 double winner, Mr. Bob Wilson, will be on the show. And he will be all yours. I'm going to not speak at all. I'm just going to be here to put up your questions and your comments. And Super Kev and Bob, I'm sure, are going to deliver one of the best football conversations that we've had on this show. Kev, can't wait. Absolutely cannot wait.
Well, you know, you talk about epic human beings and people who are absolutely fantastic. He definitely is one of those guys. He lives and breathes Arsenal. And obviously with his Willow Foundation, he does so much for charity, etc. And what a man. What a man. Even I'm excited by it because you know what? I'm going to discuss some things that probably a lot of people don't know Bob Wilson used to do. And what a fantastic guy. Brilliant guy.
Yeah.
Lovely man.
Brilliant stuff. Well, look, we're really excited about it, you guys. Don't miss that show. It'll be on at 8, our usual time. So, you won't want to miss that. And he's excited to talk to you as well, Kev. So really fantastic lineup next week. We're going to be super busy. Lots of great content coming their way, Kev.
Listen, you know what, squaddies? The host with the most, she looks after you guys, man. She looks after you all. And you know what? I really enjoyed this one because there were a few yellow cards and a few had to get Bruk up, but we had good conversation. And look, Kev says time goes into 120. We do like that because you kept it engaged. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Really appreciate you. And we even heard Vinny on a skateboard a couple of times, didn't we? So that was always nice. Squaddies, we always salute you. We think the world of you. We see you next time. Sophie's going to be on tomorrow after the game, I think. Is that right, Soph?
I am, but remind everyone of your prediction for tomorrow because everyone's asking about that real
2-0.
quick.
I've said 2-0. 2-0 to Arsenal. Arsenal go there and sort that Mopay out and get the win. Get a 2-0 win there. And
I'm gonna do. I feel 4-1. I feel we're gonna bat. I think we're gonna signature game. Let's batter them. Let's do it.
yeah, I don't mind that, Soph. Do you know what? I don't mind 4-1, Soph, I've got to say. But squaddies, listen, put your scores in the comments as well. And you know what comes next, squaddies? We salute you. Soph. And at ease.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.